got in trouble when I posted it. When I put out my documentaries on it, they tried to sue my ass. They was like, oh, hell nah, he talk about us. No, we're not all mixed. Prove that we are all mixed. Please do. Prove it. My mother and father from this land. Their mothers and fathers are from this land. Their mothers and fathers from this land. Their mothers and fathers from this land. And their mothers and fathers from this land. And their mothers and fathers from... Prove that we all mixed, please. All mixed. Prove it. I'll wait for a little second. Genealogists are telling you, right? Scientists discover ancient Siberian population that is the ancestors of modern Native Americans. You the one that's mixed. You gonna learn today. There's no point in fighting with me about your history. I didn't write it. I didn't create it. I'm not out here downing your history. I'm out here telling you your history. They lied to you. And I also told you about the term native. Anybody could be native. Anybody. As soon as two Africans migrate to America and make a baby in America and have a child in America, birth a baby in America, that baby is not only African, but native to America. That's why you need to stop using that term. And I'm talking to my people. Y'all should not be using the term native because that's everybody included. Same thing with the term black. That's everybody included. That's not one group of people. That's all groups of people. Why you think they changed the term indigenous people to indigenous peoples? They want to add in more people. That's not supposed to be there. You seeing the pattern yet? It's right in front of you. And look, if you mixed, there's nothing wrong with being mixed. But that doesn't mean you know your whole story because it's mixed up. You got bits and pieces of the truth mixed up with a whole lot of lies. Just because you're mixed breed doesn't mean that your entire bloodline is. That's not how it works. Like if I was to turn around and marry a white woman, that doesn't mean my entire bloodline has white blood or whatever you want to call it. That's not a part of the bloodline. That person was just married in. Even if we was to have children, that still doesn't make the bloodline, the entire bloodline, mixed. What about my skin tone? What about it? My father's light skin and so is my mother. Well, my mother's brown skin. My father's light skin. What? I know her mother and father. I know his mother and father. What? And ain't no white in my family. So what you trying to say? If skin tone had something to do with it, in which it doesn't, because actually it's the problem now. You're referring to yourself by way of a skin tone that doesn't even exist. Nobody over here is black in skin tone. So why are we calling ourselves black people? I'm a lighter shade of the color brown. If we're going by way of color, yeah, I'm a lighter shade of the color brown. They could be lighter than me of the shade or the color brown. Then it could be darker. Look, brown, not black, brown, right? Not black, brown. So what's the point? For example, let's just say that I share the same facial features as an African. That doesn't make me an African because there are white people that share the same facial features as us, and that doesn't make them us. We can tell the difference. Yeah, that's what's crazy. When people out there immediately think light skin means mixed. That's not what that means. That's what they told you, but that was never proven. I went back generations of my family, and I seen who was being married and or having children. I seen who it was. All we had was high yellows and dark skins and brown skins. That's a country term. When we say hot yellow, that just means you a lighter brown. That's it. Now, if I had white in my blood, I would tell you. Or bloodline, I would tell you. But no, Caucasians are not that big of a race to be mixing with everybody.
Happy birthday is for you, February 18. Oh, happy birthday for you, February 18. Happy birthday, February 18. All your abundance is right on the scene. A lot of you are going to be credited. You're going to be credited. It's going to be credits coming to your account. Some of you guys are going to be credited a large amount. A lot of things are coming to you guys that you need to recognize. Yeah. So in other words, you guys are the prize today, okay? Yes, indeed. We're going to celebrate your abundance in a big way because the higher realms told me drop that bag right there. And that's what I did. You know what I mean? Because the higher realms said from that is not hid. So some of you guys are going to get a bag today and it's going to be a via credited in some type of way. Okay? So, yeah. Be ready to confess that you guys are profound legal success, okay? That's what I'm hearing. So a lot of you guys are successful in every way today. Today is your beautiful day. You guys, let's get into it so you can recognize that you are the mass key component to this whole divine plan on this beautiful said divine planet Earth. I'm talking to somebody who need to know their worth. Yeah. The higher realms told me that to tell you guys since birth. I'm seeing somebody who's left-handed. I don't know if you're okay. So the left hand, I'm seeing the left hand for a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys got a mole right in your left hand. In the palm of your left hand, there's a mole down on the lower palm of your left hand. I don't know why the higher realms is showing me that. Okay, that's who I'm talking to in a big way. Some of you guys have that. Some of you guys are left-handed. Some of you guys have that mole in the left palm. Yeah, in your left palm. Okay. Yeah, so you guys need to be really told, okay, about your worth since birth. The higher realm said that word planet could be no other word than planet. All right? Yeah, and it's just simply so the higher realms can let you guys know that you are planned day or night. That last two letters in the word planet is ET, so you guys will know that you are planned until the end of time or until the end of your timeline here. Okay, let's make that clear. All right, the higher realms want you guys to not lose sight that you have been living the ET life all of your life. Some of you guys have been the real profound ET brother or sister, husband or wife, living that ET life. And what I mean by that is E, executing low vibe energy, and T, transmuting it into high vibe energy. A lot of you guys have been no nonsense, all right, from the door. You know, that's why you are in good mint condition. All right, from the head to the floor. A lot of you guys are not tore up from the floor up. All right, when people see you guys, they are really floored at how you look. You know, a lot of you guys have a presence that's undeniable. A lot of you guys have been ultimately reliable. The higher realms are saying to me right now. A lot of you guys, that's how you've been living the life, the ET life, you know. E, executing low vibe energy, and T, transmuting it into high vibe energy. A lot of you guys were playing dodgeball or something like that. And a lot of you guys really helped somebody from taking a hard fall, you know. You stopped it all. Some of you guys seen the hypocrisy or whatever. You guys seen what was going down. You guys seen somebody that was being taken advantage of in the game of dodgeball. Now I see you guys, this was around for a lot of you guys when you were 11, 12 years old. Yeah, it was in like some type of setting where a schoolyard setting. It was a facility outside the setting, whether it was, you know, church setting, facility or whatever like that. But you guys really spoke up for this person, and you stopped you really executed that low vibe energy and transmuted it into high vibe energy. Some of you guys remember, but the reason I had to bring it up is because the higher realms want you to know that you are still being commended for that. A lot of you guys spoke up without a drop of a hat. You know, nobody had to tell you, go help that person. Like, people got to say, why don't you stop it? Or why don't you help it? Or you guys just instantaneously heard that call inside of you guys. You know, because a lot of people are called, okay? Some people are still being called. Some people don't even hear the phone ringing, okay? Some people are ring deaf. You know, some people, the phone is busy, you know. A lot of people don't answer the call, okay? You were called at a very young age, and a lot of you guys really answered the call. And the higher realms is commending you for this, okay? Yeah, definitely in a big way. So great job, you guys. All of you guys need to recognize that life is your soul's mission. It is not a competition. You guys, The higher realms are showing me something. If you guys go get your hair cut today or get your hair done today and it's not the exact way that you want it, just know that everything is going to be okay. You do not have to react to it in a certain way, okay? Because a lot of you guys, you're going to allow it to suck the life out of your joy today. And today is your special day. The higher realms want you to enjoy it such that way. You know, the higher realms want you to enjoy it so much to say that there are 2 days you don't ever have to worry about. That is yesterday and tomorrow. Why? Because yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery. Your day is today. And the higher realms want you to embrace it in such this way. Okay? Yeah, so some of you guys may, have an issue with the hairdresser today. And the higher realms don't want it to I don't know where that came from. The higher realms don't want it to suck the life out of your day, okay? So just remember as you guys are in this, because see, this channel was created for you to prepare for war in times of peace, okay? That's what this channel was prepared for, so we can prepare for war in times of peace. That's war in the physical, mental, emotional, financial, whatever war there is. Prepare for war in times of peace. All right? So a lot of you guys are now prepared, okay, to know that this too shall pass in a big way. This too shall pass. Why? Because it always has, okay? All is well, and this too shall pass. I want you to carry that on with you today. All is well. This too shall pass because it always has. Okay? Even those low vibe times don't even last. You feel me? Yeah. So, that's why you always, that's why we encounter sometimes some way of blast from the past. You know what I mean? Because it could only be a little short blast. That's right. Because it shall not last. Because this too shall pass. You hear me? So you guys recognize that life is your soul's mission. It is not a competition. However, there will be, different levels of competition out there. You may bump heads with them, in different parts of your lifetime and different, dimensional levels of your lifetime. And you may run into that dressed up garbage can woman or man trying to do everything he or she can to be seen, okay? They're on the big screen. The next thing they know, they want to be on the little screen. They want to be on every screen just to show what they mean. All right? Yeah, that one. Yeah. The dressed up garbage can. He or she, okay, always trying to do everything that they can because they worked on the outside, not the inside. All right? On the outside, they look good, but boy, are they suffering. Those are the people that you really know are suffering. You know what I mean? They haven't worked on anything. Patience, zero. Nothing. Nada. So those are the people that we talked about when we first introed your message. When I told you guys officially, you are grown up. You are not just growing old, you have grown up. There is a difference, okay? These people are not grown up, they are growing old, okay? And they are dressed up garbage cans in that way. So you may bump heads with them. You'll see them, they smell good, they look good, the shoes is brand new, they clothes brand new. All right? Just like you got some people that's, big for nothing, that type of thing, Yeah. So the bottom line is this. You will run into them, and they'll make it so you can't miss, okay? Running into them. I can't make it up. Because, like I said, life is your soul's mission, all right? You got people wishing it was a competition. And these are the people that's wishing it's a competition. That dressed up garbage can, man. Then you may run into that $500 hat with that 50-cent head. They run around trying to see who you got in your bed. All right, so they can get one up on you because they have nothing in between those ears to do. All right, but concentrate on you, right? All right, so that part. Now, and they really take that to heart. Then you got that last one, that peculiar one, that one with all those degrees, more than a thermometer. But guess what? Always calling on you, asking you, what shall I do? The only thing you can tell them is, please, stay true. All right? Yeah, because these people are in different dimensional levels of competition with you. However, they know not what they do. And again, life is your soul's mission. It is not a competition. That's why the higher realms want you guys to know, even though they're wishing, the higher realms place something so beautiful inside of you. It is called your intuition. All right? That will tell you something that you need to do. All right? The higher realm said, if you trust that intuition, you can begin to see without sight. That's why you got people years later still trying to figure out how the blind man and woman can maneuver this whole world, day or night, and still get it right without blaming somebody, fussing, arguing, and fight. What? Yes. The higher realm said, be aware though, because the higher realms did not stop there. When the higher realms placed that beautiful intuition inside of you, the higher realms decide to spiritually tether that to your spiritual GPS, which is the God. So the guides are simply God pointing you to your next level of step of origin. Okay? Yeah, and that acronym for STEP is STEP in a big way, which means a solution to every problem. And you guys were born fully loaded like this. So you can't miss what the higher realms are saying to you guys. All right? You guys were born like a fully loaded spiritual 9mm 6-inch burrow with hollow points. Fully loaded, but not knowing which way to shoot. Okay? And the higher realms want you to pay attention that way, because as you are blessed with that STEP, the solution to every problem, a lot of people still was walking around pointing the finger and not realizing that it was 3.3 fingers pointing back. And the higher realm said, wait a minute now. I did not put you in here, in lack. And that one finger pointed out is not a fact, because it's 3 fingers pointing back. So the higher realm said, tell them what a problem is. All right? Now, because you were born with a solution to every problem, you must know what the problem is. Now, a problem is simply something that you create. Situations are things that happen, and people don't know that today. That's why we have to denounce this in some type of way, right? So, again, I repeat, a problem is something that you create. Situations are things that happen, and a problem is always attached to a name, such as Houston, we have a problem. Situations usually sound like, well, what had happened was, that part there. Yeah. So, beware. And the higher realms want you guys to know that you know that the sole reason for that is the enemy is enemy. Okay? The word enemy is just like it's pronounced. It is enemy. The higher realms want you guys to identify that any time of the day, anywhere you are, in any type of way, you can always take a moment and pause to step back and ask yourself, where do I lack? Am I the solution? And if you don't hear that voice say something back, then you know that you know. But if you hear that voice say simply, you are doing all right, then you would know that you are the solution, right? So, you guys, at any point in time of the day, remember that you can take a second to pause and ask oneself, am I the solution today? And listen quietly and hear that voice and hear what it has to say. Because it may say, guess what? Birthday 18, you are doing A-OK. And you are on your way to your North Node. Right? Yeah. So that's what the higher realms want you guys to recognize, okay? Because people will do the most, right? Even today, you know? So the higher realms want you guys to recognize that the higher realms also is speaking to you guys through number signs and synchronicities, which happen to be your birth date, expiration date, and all the little DNA codes in your body, even down to the time of the day. Okay? Yeah. Now, what you guys need to recognize is your birthright number is 218. Okay? That is your rite of passage here. 218. So every day, every way, if you guys can take a moment to really give thanks at 218 every day, just to say thanks in a big way, all right? That will be something really profound that the higher realms would love to hear you say at 218 every day. Thank you, because I am well on my way. Yeah. So you guys, that is your rite of passage, your number 218, which is your birthright number here. That number 2, the higher realms want you guys to know is that it simply means that the higher realms highly favor you, okay? Yeah, that's why you must look in the mirror and see that everything on your body equate the number of 2, all right? You got 2 feet. Yes, you do. You got 2 legs. 1, 2. You got 2 arms. What? You do. And you got 2 eyes. And they're both the same size. They want you to recognize that you are the prize. You guys are highly favored. And that's what the higher realms is showing you through your birthright number 2. But you guys, that birthright number 2 also shows the higher realms that a lot of you guys pray a lot too. You know, that number 2 says that you guys pray a lot. You prayer warriors. A lot of you guys pray. You pray, you know. Some of you guys, you can pray your life away. You pray, right? And that's a beautiful thing. And for those who are in the back that's yelling, oh, I don't pray, that's okay, because it's nothing that you lack. It's just simply that you have to be aware that you are a living prayer. Okay? Because you wouldn't be breathing to say anything in that way. All right? So, believe it or not, somebody prayed for, you know, your parents to have you. All right? Somebody prayed for somebody to have a boy or a girl. You know, Janice and Joseph to have a baby boy or girl. Somebody prayed for, you know, and it goes on, to have twins or to have, you know, 3 kids. Or they pray for that. If you ever help somebody with, you know, no strings attached, guess what? Be aware, because you are a living prayer. Okay, so it doesn't matter that you're screaming, I don't pray. It's okay, because you are a living prayer. So be aware. All right? Or else you would not be breathing right there. Now, you guys need to know, number 2, that the higher realms is telling you that as sure as it takes 2 hands to form a prayer, the higher realms said everything that you're praying for is already right there. Remember that you're praying in the spiritual realm. And it's so beautiful when you're doing that, you guys. And I still love it. I don't care how many times I guess I say it. It's still a beautiful sight, because the higher realms keep letting me see it, right? Allowing me to see you guys actually praying in the spiritual realm, because it's a vision that the higher realms is holding for you to see what the higher realms want you to be. You know, the higher realms is visually showing you what you can see in that spiritual realm. That's why you're praying about what you want to be or what you are praying for. The higher realms is showing you that and more. And you are not alone in that moment. It's so beautiful because the higher realms is right there with you. A lot of you guys is the whole darn crew, the whole spiritual realm just watching you. And you don't even know that, you can feel some energy while you're praying, but you just don't know how much is taking place, how much, spiritual energy, it's being compiled into beautiful space, It's amazing. Anywho, so a lot of you guys need to know, as sure as it takes two hands to form a prayer, the higher realm said whatever you're praying for is already right there. Because you remember, you're praying in a spiritual realm for something to physically materialize. The only way you see it is because the higher realms allow you to see it. And you think you're doing something, and it's cool, and they're all right with you doing it together. And embracing you while you're doing it is so precious. Yeah, it's a beautiful visual. And anywho, that is your birthright number 2, you guys. And a lot of you guys need to recognize this number 1. So that number 1 was never meant to be a number. It has a history. That's right. Just as sure as 2 dots, the distance between 2 dots is 1 straight line. Just as sure as that, the higher realms want you to recognize that the number 1 never was ever meant to be a number. Why? Because numbers are plural. See, the number 1 represented God, the Alpha, the beginning. A lot of you guys have that God-like energy from the beginning. And a lot of you guys need to know that you're simply alpha males and alpha females. Period. On period. Okay? Yeah. A lot of you guys have that God-like energy in a big way. See, when people ask you guys for simple things like direction somewhere, you guys may say, others may say here, there, over there, make a left turn, that's it. You guys have to be explicit. You guys have to be exquisite and explicit when you give these directions. And it's hilarious. So much so that people have to come back and compliment you for how hard you go with giving those directions, right? And unbeknownst to you, it's just you staying true to that God energy, which is bestowed inside of you. That good, orderly direction. You can't help yourself of what you do because you embody that God, good, orderly direction energy. A lot of you guys sometimes don't even recognize where that creativity comes from. A lot of you guys get sparked with this obsession. And it's interesting because it's simply the God energy. It's like a gift of desperation. A lot of you guys get that gift of desperation just so you can spark that level of creation that is sparked inside of you guys. So don't sleep on your inventions, because a lot of you guys really recognize that you are inventors. A lot of you guys are inventors. And you can't help yourself. It's like that God energy is like a gift of desperation. Like, I know it can work if I do this. If I put that there, then it'll be like that. And that comes from that God energy. It's called the gift of desperation that sparks your level of profound creation. Because a lot of you guys have that, and you need to recognize it. All right? And a lot of you guys definitely refuse to be in the energy of, the request of depress, okay? Because when depress requests you guys, you like, heck no, we won't go. All right? You guys refuse to wallow in the low vibe mess of depress. Why? Because you guys have that God energy. You choose gratitude over depression. That will always be your selection. All right? A lot of you guys don't even recognize why you freeze people out when they come over your house. Some of you guys don't know that. You got some polite people when they come over your house, when they come in your car. They might spend the night. You guys open the window at night, whether it's winter, summer, all the above. You guys have them windows open. And a lot of you guys don't even realize why you don't sit still much as others do. And a lot of you guys don't even recognize that you really are like goers, right? You don't let grass grow under your feet. It's because of that God energy. A lot of you guys love the great outdoors. All right? That's just it in its simplicity. You have that God energy inside of you guys wholeheartedly. And a lot of you guys, to complete your number one energy, that alpha energy that we spoke of, because you remember alpha, God, the beginning, all you had this from the beginning. A lot of you guys may recognize that you will be the last person in your crew, or the last person, or whatever like that. One of the last people that get married or match with a mate because of that alpha strong energy that you guys equate, okay? So that's that number one birthright that you guys need to know in a big way. And it's two, because of this 2 plus 1, it equals 3. And that means that you guys have a level of master manifestory that is not a joke, okay? A lot of you guys need to understand that you're from a different yoke, and it's no joke, okay? And because of that 2 plus 1 equals 3, that means you guys embody that mind, body, and spirit energy, which is that inspiration, manifestation, and creation. A lot of you guys are connected to that triangle energy, okay? Some people say Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Some people say Mother, Father, Son. It doesn't matter, because you are that one. A lot of you guys got to be really careful of what you thinketh. You can't run around like everybody run around in this world trying to figure out what came first, the chicken or the egg, the chicken or the egg, because it was the thought. You guys got to be mindful of what you thinketh, because you guys are master manifestors. Much to your surprise, it can instantaneously materialize. And it's really rapid right now, okay? Right now, okay? Because you guys are getting stronger. You're getting better. And like I said, you're not only are you growing up, your abilities and your spiritual strength is growing as well. So a lot of things are activated to different levels now. A lot of things are more clearer, okay? Yeah, it just made me think of one of my songs that I wrote. Yeah, so you guys are really definitely leveling up, growing up, not just physically, mentally, emotionally, also spiritually. Okay, so that's important for you guys to know that with this number 3 birthright, because a lot of you guys can be sitting around just having a simple conversation and mention somebody that you haven't seen in years, and all of a sudden they appear. They roll by in a car and blow the horn, and you guys all say, "Oh, speak of the devil," and it won't be that. It'll just be you guys, unbeknownst to your surprise, because like I said, when you guys think of it, it instantaneously materializes, okay? So be aware of what you thinketh in a big way, because a lot of you guys don't even realize you have manifested yourself to be this number 3. You guys have manifested yourself to be at 3 places at one time, all right? A lot of you guys have manifested yourself to be at 3 places at one time. A lot of you guys have manifested yourself to be at the right place at the right time with the right stuff. If you ever pay attention, you'll know that is tough for anybody on this earth. That's like being spiritually aligned, okay? Because if anybody try their best to be somewhere at 3 o'clock today and they're not supposed to be there, they're not going to be there. But you guys can manifest yourself to be at 3. This is something that you guys really please be aware of. Or start writing a journal and compare journals. You'll see somebody else's will look like, well, I went to the same place, but they were closed. And then you look at your journal and say, I went on that same day and they told me they were just opening it up, whatever like that. You guys came at the right time with the right stuff, because that's what it is. You manifest to be at 3 places at one time. So that's what I need to tell you guys about your birthright of number 3, because 2 plus 1 equals 3. And because that 1 is in front of that number 8, I have to tell you guys that your other birthright number is 7 as well. So a lot of you guys may have got these big checks that look like 2 in front of it, and it'll have the 3. So they'll have 2, 3, 7, 8. And then some of you guys have this, don't even realize why you get paid what you pay, but you're paid, because it has a lot to do with your birthright numbers. So a lot of your checks consist of these numbers. That's why I'm breaking them down, okay? So again, 2, 1, 3, and then we're going to talk about 7. A lot of this 7 energy provides you guys with the patience that you need, because a lot of you guys are also connected to the 7th dimensional level of heaven, which means that you guys have a certain quality of patience when necessary, okay? A lot of you guys have been hollered at by your peers saying, come on, man, you be too patient with these fools. You too patient with these fools. Come on. Let's go. That type of thing. Well, that's because of that number 7 birthright. And also that number 7 birthright, the higher realms want you guys to know that you shall overcome all of these obstacles and realize success. And the angels are happy with the choices you've made in your physical form along your spiritual journey. A lot of you guys need to recognize that you are a success story. That's what that 7 is saying as well. And the higher realms want you guys to not sleep, because the higher realms want you to also know that that 7 is also the higher realms wanting you guys to acknowledge the Sabbath day, okay, in every way. And what the higher realms is saying to you guys is, please get your rest, because a lot of you guys need to be at your best. A lot of people don't know that, your body, when you go to sleep, your body rests, but your spirit does not. So a lot of people actually wake up more tired than they did when they went to sleep, okay? So the higher realms want you guys to at least recognize the Sabbath day and get your rest, okay? So you can be at your best, okay? That's what I see in a big way. And a lot of you guys, we're going to come to this number 8. So this number 8 birthright says that you guys are born abundant. So a lot of you guys were not born breech or with any issues or having an incubator or 1 pound and all that. No, a lot of you guys were born abundant. You had all fingers, toes, eyes. You came out just fine. Some of you guys came out eating good, yeah. And having a good old, okay. Good old time. So you guys were born abundant that way. However, that number 8 holds a powerful vibration and frequency of increase. So a lot of you guys came here to increase the vibration of Mother Earth in a good way. Okay, a lot of you guys came to increase the abundance of Earth, to add to it. So no doubt you guys have been a great addition to this whole realm. So great job. And I want to, thank you guys for that, because a lot of you guys are really, fighting that with a bat, because it's a lot of energies that's here to take away, but a lot of you guys are here to add. And I know what you guys are experiencing on that note, okay? But the number 8 was designed as soul, a circle at the top and a circle below. And believe me, a circle always will mean completion. Anything at the top realm, just remember it's always a spiritual realm. That's why I tell you guys, remember to keep your thoughts, if you can, positive, because your brain is at the top realm of your body, right? So this top circle in the number 8 represents you guys completing a abundant cycle. The bottom circle represents you guys completing a physical abundant cycle. Okay, the top is a spiritual abundance cycle. The bottom is a physical abundance cycle. Together, it is total abundance cycle. Okay, a lot of you guys were born to do that in this way, infinity and beyond. That is your number 8 birthright. A lot of you guys will get some shmoney, okay, because that increase, a lot of you guys have been praying for a new increase of abundance. That's simply what your birthright is saying to me when I read it so clearly. A lot of you guys have been praying for a whole new level, a bracket of shmoney. And that didn't even know that before I dropped the bag, because the higher realms told me drop the bag, because it obviously is coming. It's on its way, okay? A whole new level of bag of money for you guys, okay? for you guys to recognize is here, okay? So you can celebrate in that way. Now, your birthright number in its totality is 2 plus 1 plus 8, which equals the number 11. And that's very interesting. So that means a lot of people are going to be trying to discredit you, downplay you. What I mean is a lot of people are going to be very argumentative towards you guys, or trying to coerce you guys into a level of discord, of arguments, a whole lot through your life. So a lot of you guys, to a lot of people, you look like an open door policy. You know, if you ever look at that 11, it's like open, like you're open for it. You know what I'm saying? However, that's not what it means. It means you guys come from a special portal, okay? It means that you guys are to be addressed in this way of number 11. Those 2 ones, you remember I told you how that powerful that you have double that energy, okay? And the higher realms don't want you to sleep on that in any way. And the number 11 is a special reminder from the higher realms. All right? So the number 11 is your birthright in its totality. And it is a special number. And it is a special reminder from the higher realms. The higher realms is telling you guys, remember that you are from a higher realm. You're only here in physical form to conclude your spiritual mission. Because you came through a special portal here. That's why you came abundant here. That's why you came with that number 1 here. That's why you came favored here. It's not a game here. That's why you came with that master manifestory here. That's why you came with that connection from the 7th dimensional level of heaven here. That's why you came to a certain time to give certain patience to certain energies at that time. But the higher realms don't want you to, sleep on your overall number, which is number 11, okay? As a reminder that you are from a higher realm. You're only here in physical form to conclude your spiritual mission, period. Because you are on a spiritual mission, so neither look nor to the left nor to the right, because you guys are going to be successful day or night. Yeah, the higher realm told me call some names, okay? Davina, Davon, Derisa, Deveris, okay? Reese, Rice, Raina, Rain, Rihanna, Alicia, okay? Armand, okay? Armand, okay? Emo, Leslie, Lisa, Tanji, Teresa, Terrain. I don't know, you guys. I heard lettuce. Okay, lettuce. Argentina. Lo. Dino. Kevin. Leon, Lion, or something like that, and then Lion, okay? Davina, David, Daquan, Kashina, Barbara, Ebino, Ebo, okay, Ebo, Lorca, Denise, Shanice, Cha, Chip, Chippy, Lee, Lonnie, Dodo, Ruth. Okay, that's enough, you guys. I'm just saying, I don't know. They told me to do it, okay? And then I got Tommy. It's one Angelino. Bryce. Did hear Gumford. Love you, 218. A lot of you guys see right through the BS. A lot of you guys are not playing about what you are focused on. And a lot of you guys can see that everything is coming through just the way you pray for it. A lot of you guys really did some spiritual surgery to get here. And I'm going to say it just like that. So there's no need to water down your dreams now, that's for sure. Because a lot of things are really coming to fruition, and they're coming very fast at a fast pace. So a lot of you guys do see that, okay? And the reason for that is a lot of you guys let go of a lot of unnecessary anger and displaced anger, because a lot of you guys did have some of that because you invested so much in others, and which is family members and stuff like that, who were just, kind of, but however, that's a good sign for you guys, you know what I mean? But you guys are breaking free from even feeling a slight bit of anger from that, because it's only, misplaced, okay? Yeah, because you guys have been strong investors in your family, creating ways for your family to, thrive, basically, okay? It's not your fault, that sometimes people get a little bit more thirsty than you expect, okay? That's okay. So a lot of you guys are breaking free from that, especially in the financial department. A lot of you guys are breaking free from that, misplaced anger, and that's a good thing. So, yeah, because I always tell people, put a D in front of anger, and what do you get? Whether it's spiritual, physical, mental, or emotional, it's not a game. It's not nothing you want to toy and play with. And I tell everybody, because the higher realms told me to look at that word HATE, because they kind of go hand in hand a little bit. But anger is fear inside out, and I don't know if people know that, but that's basically all it is. And you guys are really, your heart chakra is so activated. You guys have worked on a lot. A lot of you guys need to recognize you really are earth angels here. A lot of you guys have learned to really transmute, like I said, that low vibe energy into high vibe energy. And it's proven here, okay? Through your energy in every way. A lot of you guys are really listening to your body for that discernment. So that's a plus. And all of that came from you guys releasing that low vibe energy of, yes, the anger, okay? And a lot of you guys really are doing so well at achievement. A lot of you guys don't have to boast about your achievements. A lot of you guys have a lot of things that people don't even know you have. A lot of accomplishments that people don't know you have, because that's not, something that you guys accomplished it for. You didn't accomplish it to tell the whole world, okay? To put it on display is what I'm saying. A lot of you guys really do have that. A lot of people have really taken the time to try to see what you guys are about, kind of, check you out, so to speak. A lot of people that work with you, can try to see what you guys are about more and more. It's kind of like snooping a little bit. Yeah. And that's okay, because you guys not taking it personal in any type of way. But what you're not going to allow, the energy to do is project on you. So I like that, because a lot of people, their opinions about you really have nothing to do with you at all. It's just basically their primordial thinking, or what do you call, how do you say that? Primal type of thinking, with their insecurities and their fears. So they try to project that on you guys, okay? They need to recognize that you're not taking anything personal. And that's what's happening at work. A lot of you guys, these people are checking you guys out in such a way where sometimes their ego get in the way, because you guys, of your confidence and stuff like that in the career field. But that's okay, because knowledge plus experience equals wisdom, and that's your truth. You guys know what you're doing at your workplace. Those who work, if it's not your work, it's through life. People are, it's your spiritual career. People are looking at you a certain way, and it's only, their ego that's getting in the way. You guys are really doing great as far as allowing your discernment to guide you, okay? I see you guys really paying attention, and that's a beautiful thing. I can't make it up. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. And there's one more thing I want to say. Those of you who are married, there's no sneaking around in any type of way here. Some of you guys, there's no sneaking around. Somebody could have hired a personal investigator to see what's going on, and, something like that. Maybe they thought you guys were investing in someone else, or maybe someone thought they had a family outside or something like that. But a lot of you guys can see clear now that that's not it, that it's simply pure love. It's pure love here. For those of you who are married, it's pure love here. Okay? I see pure love here. I see love taking it up to another level. And maybe that's what's so scary. Maybe you guys didn't understand what that level was going to be like. Well, a lot of you guys who are married, even that's, moving up to it. Like I told you guys, you're growing up. This is serious business. Your heart chakra is like activated times activation. A lot of you guys, your third eye is to its levitation. A lot of you guys are speaking from, your heart. You're not speaking from, your mind. You know what I'm saying? Some people actually speak from their mind, which that's why they change, because their mind changed. They're not speaking from their heart, because the heart has a language only the heart knows. So a lot of you guys, you need to recognize that you're doing a great job here. I'm seeing that so clear. So just realize, you don't have to, water down your dreams, because they're coming fast. Everything you guys ask for is coming fast to you guys. All right, because you already put in the spiritual, the higher realm showing me you guys spiritually rolling up your sleeve. A lot of you guys put in some real spiritual work here, and it's something that you should know and be clear on. So whatever somebody's doing throughout your lifetime, like trying to, investigate you, trying to see what was, that's okay, because a lot of you guys not even taking it personal, because your third eye is activated, and you recognize who they are. You recognize when someone's ego is not in check. Some of you guys recognize that here, when someone's ego is not in check. A lot of you guys are very creative. You're shining very bright. A lot of you guys are very healing, and that's what you come to do. And that's why, to a lot of people, you're very unpredictable. All right? They know that you're very healing, but you're very unpredictable, okay? You guys are what I call a good omen. And please celebrate your B-Day that way. This is where we must part ways. If life flies and death pass, you will see or hear me again. Until then, parlay, peace be unto you, and within one.